morning, this is Pat Walker, Mission Winners, doing a video overview of the ETFs. Why do we look at the ETFs? It's not because we like to look at a million different charts. No, we all have a limited amount of time and we want to use it effectively. So what do? We glance at the ETFs to see which sectors are the strongest. This is a fact. Leading groups produce leading stocks and leading stocks produce leading groups. So when we look at the ETFs, we can say, oh, here's an ETF that's really strengthening. Maybe I should look at some of the stocks in that group. That's how we connect the dots, and that's why we do this. This is just sorted alphabetically, all right? So it's not by grade rank or anything like that. But first one, cloud computing. Weekly on the left, daily on the right, and you can see it's picking up a little bit, starting to show a little bit improving strength. Okay, what's the slight negative? Not a lot of volume on Friday, but cloud computing is improving a little bit. That's good to know. Continue onwards. Next one, commodities. You can always see what the name is right here. The commodities, they're picking up a little bit, but they're well below the falling 50-day. Not a tremendous amount of leadership there at this point in time. This is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It finally pushed through the 50-day. It's been lagging for a long time, picked up not a lot of volume power on Friday, but it did improve over the 50-day. The Dow. Electric vehicles. This pushed through the 50-day, and the 50-day is rising, okay, and that's good. What's the big horse in this group? Well, you know it, it's Tesla. And do you know what Tesla did Friday? Take a look at the chart, and you'll see. I'm not saying buy it now, that's not my point. But the point is connecting the dots. And this was improving. The 50 days rising, so that's good to see. You can look at some electric vehicles. Dow Jones Internet's picking up, technology related. And again, weekly on the left, daily on the right. And you can see this is improving above the moving averages. What could you do? Look at some internet stocks. You can punch up FDN, top 10 holdings, and it'll tell you a lot. Let's continue onwards. IBD 50, this has been sloppy for a while, but it finally lifted above the 50-day, which is the green line. It's starting to improve. Please note here, I'm not being eternal, the eternal bull here, like, wow, this is it. No, we're just reporting what is, observing what is to guide us and what to potentially do. There you go. Continue onwards. FV, First Trust Dorsey Wright Tech, still kind of lagging right here, not a lot of power, okay? China's picking up a little bit, but not a lot of power here. I just showed you a bunch of ETFs that went up on Friday. This one went down on Friday, so be cautious with China. Gold miners are picking up, all right, and they've been strong. You could look at some gold miners. Gold, it's kind of hanging in here. It showed some strength here, a little gappy, but it's above the moving averages. You could look into some gold stocks. Biotechnology, it picked up, but it's still well below the falling 50-day. What does that tell you? Be still, and again, there wasn't much power on Friday. Be cautious with biotechnology. There you go. Oil and gas, still lagging, not a lot of power there. I'd stay away. Software, look at this, tech software was strong a couple of days ago. It was strong before the market has picked up. And what have we been involved with? Well, technology stocks. The ETF was telling us to, software. The ETF was telling us to be involved in technology stocks. It was outperforming the market. Notice this. This picked up through the line on Wednesday. Remember that. Remember that, Wednesday. You'll see why in a little bit. Medicine's picking up a little bit. That's good to see. Mid-cap's still kind of lagging below the 50-day, so not a lot of power there. Aerospace and defense picked up a little bit. That's good to see. Home construction. Look what this did on Friday. Pushing through there on a pickup in volume. Not really heavy volume, but it did push through those tops. Home construction. Maybe looking at some home construction stocks. There you go. That's connecting the dots. That's why we do this. Growth. S&P 5 iShares growth. Look what this did. This broke out above tops. That's good to see. Didn't do it on a lot of volume. That is a negative, but growth. Something to take a look to dig deeper into. Small cap still lagging right here. I mean, look at the difference here. Here's growth, okay, picking up. Small cap, yeah, it's a little bit of pickup, but not much. Avoid the small caps. Be cautious with them. Real estate still lagging. Be careful with that. Transport, it's picking up a little bit, but still lagging pretty bad. Airlines lagging. Just look at the weekly. It's way below the falling 50-day. Leave the airlines alone. They're not flying. Okay, bad pun, I had to say it. Regional banking, in 1 second it says, I'm not going to look at any regional banking stocks. See, this is what's great. We have various assets. We have money. This is another asset we have. It's called time. The key is this. We all have the same amount of time. But what differentiates leaders from others? Those that use their time wisely. By going through this, you're using your time wisely. Areas to focus on and also areas to avoid. Right here, regional banks, stay away. Done. Let's move on. Biotechnology, nah, there's nothing great there. Leave it alone. Mid-cap starting to pick up a little bit. That's good to see. I'm going to do something here for us real quick. Bear with me. My apologies. And with the joys of modern technology, we're back. There we go. Mid-cap. Picking up a little bit, but still below the 50-day. Some power. Oil, lagging. Leave it alone. Pharmaceuticals picking up a little bit, but still not a tremendous amount of power. Software. Look at this. This thing's been strong on Wednesday. What does that tell you? Hey, you might want to, that's why we do this all the time. Might want to look at some tech stocks. And we have. We're heavy in tech. We're heavy in tech. Big NASDAQ growth. There you go. And we have been. QLD. Look at this leading through here. Pushed through these tops here on Thursday and followed through on Friday. NASDAQ 100. What is this telling you? It's leading. Remember how this is, remember this chart and how this broke out and is leading. I'm not saying buy it now. Okay, we own it. We picked some up down in here and added. But the point is this. NASDAQ 100 leading. What are the NASDAQ 100 stocks? Think MAXLIST, which is the other video you'll be getting. All right, MAXLIST. Yes, we own quite a few of them. And we have. QQQ, NASDAQ 100 now leveraged, looking good. Retail picking up a little bit through the 50-day. Not as bad as it was picking up. Silver's been acting good. Looking at some silver. Steel, still lagging, nothing to do with it. Semiconductors, technology related. Look what it's doing. Technology. There we go. You can see the theme. Spiders picking up a little bit. That's good to see. Shows the volume, shows the rally spreading up. The SSO, the leverage spiders, picking up some here. It's showing the rally is spread out. Please note this. I'm not being the eternal bull like buy, buy, buy. I'm just pointing out things that are improving that you can look into that will help you. Solar, it's up a bit, but still kind of lagging here. Small cap, leveraged, still lagging. Uranium, lagging. Oil and gas picking up a little bit, still below the falling 50-day. No volume on Friday. Consumer discretionary picked up a little bit on Friday. Look at that, VCR going across these tops. Maybe looking at consumer stock. The point here is this. The consumer's coming back into the game a little bit. That's good to see. Aerospace defense, still lagging. Not a lot to do with. Biotechnology, another biotechnology ETF. In 1 second, it says, I ain't looking at biotechnology stocks. Done. See, good investing is things to look for, but also, or things to dig deeper into, but also another part of it, areas to stay away from. That's huge. That's power too. What does that tell me? I'm not looking at any biotech stocks, folks. That's it. It's done. Home builders picking up a little bit. Some improvement there. That's good to see. Materials, yeah, still below the falling 50-day. Picking up a little bit, but not true leadership. Communications. What's communications? Oh, that's, let me think. Oh, yeah, that's technology. Yes. See this? Picking up a little bit. And again, tech. Over and over. Big name tech. Energy, lagging. Leave it alone. Financials, lagging. Leave them alone. Industrials picking up a little bit. That's all right. Oh, look at this one. Gosh, let me think here. Oh, what is that? Oh, technology. Watch this. Look at how this is lagging below the 50-day. Okay? Look at how this has been above the 50-day for a couple of weeks. That is why we have been, it's telling you, hey, look into some technology stocks. Again, drive home the point. Languishing here, nothing special. The last couple of weeks, picked up a little bit here, but look at how it's been languishing. Technology, look at how it's been going up. It's been telling you, and it has been telling you for the last couple of weeks. It's been telling us, Hey, you might want to look at some technology stocks there, Pat. There you go. That's why I do this, is to share it with you, to help you. Consumer staples picking up. That's good to see. The consumer's picking up a little bit. Healthcare still lagging, not a lot of power there. Consumer discretionary picking up. The consumer's coming back a little bit. That's good to see. Metals and mining, not a lot of power there. Stay away. Oil and gas lagging. Leave it alone. Retailing lagging. Leave it alone. Software, technology related, picking up a little bit. Okay, another ticker. Back to the top with cloud computing. Of all the various ETFs that I showed you, you can say, well, what was the best? The common theme? Tech. And where's it really come home? Right there. So now we have a good overview. What's the big picture? The NASDAQ. The NASDAQ 100 is leading, right? You saw it. It's documented. What can we do with that? Well, NASDAQ 100 stocks. Is it any strange coincidence that a lot of the big MAXLIST stocks are NASDAQ 100 stocks? Here we go. There's Apple. The market's been flopping around, and this is steadily trending up. I'm not saying buy it here. That's not my point. But with a market that's acting sloppy, this has been trending up. That's good to know. Continue onward. Amazon lifted across the top in here, and it's picking up. I'm not saying buy it now. That's not my point. But it's been outperforming the market. That's good. Alibaba up a little bit, okay? But you can see these tops right here. Perhaps it will form a handle here. We'll watch and see. This was Chinese news related, and it gapped up on good volume. Maybe it'll form a handle, and that would be something to watch. And I'll show you something what we do in market mission winners. Maybe it'll form a handle right there, and then form a cup with a handle and take off. Something to watch. We'll see. Continue onwards. BIDU. BIDU's not really doing much of anything here, is it? I mean, here's Alibaba picking up, right? Here's BIDU dropping. We have to leave it alone. It's telling you stay away from it. Continue onward. Google's picking up a little bit, all right? Google was really strong through here, okay? And it's starting to pick up. And what do you see here, folks? I'll show you right here. Could be forming a cup with a handle. Watch, and it will tell you what to do. There's Google. Big NASDAQ stock. Goldman Sachs, not doing anything. Oh, yeah, that's not a big NASDAQ stock, is it? It's not a technology stock. There you go. Move on. MasterCard, picking up a little bit, but not a lot of power there. Meta, big NASDAQ stock. We own this, and it's working. Here, added here, and it's working. Big NASDAQ stock, big tech stocks. Money's been going there, and we're getting in line with it. Microsoft, working, lifting off. Big NASDAQ stock. I'm not saying buy it here, but it's been working. All right? You can see it. That's why we like it. Continue onward. Netflix, another big NASDAQ stock, lifted across this line here. A little bit extended now, but again, another big NASDAQ stock that's starting to improve. NVDA, big NASDAQ stock, working, and it has been. Right here, you see this clean and simple flat base? See the volume pick up through here? That was our first buy, right? Excuse me, first buy right here through this base, and then more here. Good entry and trends pay. And look at this trend. You know, you own it, we'll say you own it for 160, all right? 160 a share. Here it is. Right up here. It's been leading. Big NASDAQ stock. We always saw. That's why we look at the MAXLIST stocks every day, a couple of times a day. By the way, I'm not saying buy it now, okay? I'm not saying that at all. But good entry and trends pay. Look at the trend up to 21 day. Look up the trend at the ADMA. There, that's the 21 EMA and the ADMA. This is the 50 SMA, just for what it's worth. Tesla, big NASDAQ stock, pushed across this base right here, and it's working. This was also bought down here. And look at the trend up the ADMA. MAXLIST stocks. We love them. I mean, if there's only one thing I could look at, MAXLIST. Visa, really not doing too much of anything. I mean, look at this. Here's Tesla lifting up, okay? Here's NVIDIA grinding up, and here's Visa not doing really much of anything, is it? It's picking up a little bit, but it's not a real leadership area at this point in time.
Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit like. Maybe hit that subscribe button. We come up with new content nearly every day. Also, check out the videos on the right. YouTube recommends the one on the top, and the bottom one is something we thought you might enjoy. See you next time.